You probably already know this, and I'm probably just late to the party. I'm having a geeking out moment, and so I thought I'd share. Electricity is in everything. There is electricity that runs through our bodies, created by tiny little cells in our bodies. There's electricity running through everything around us. Everything gives off energy. Everything gives off a current of electricity. Like if we flatline, God forbid, they hit us with the paddles, douche, clear, or the other way, clear. Then, anyways, right, to jumpstart the heart, because we have electricity running through our bodies. And energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It's flowing always. It can only be transferred from one place to another. It's omnipresent, like it's everywhere at all times, right? Do you know what else is omnipresent? God. And God created everything with his word. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Sometimes we're looking for the presence of God in a supernatural experience. Sometimes we're trying to connect with God supernaturally, and God is saying that he's way more natural than we even thought or imagined. Or at least I'm beginning to realize that God's way more natural than I ever gave him credit for. We think of a supernatural God. We know he's a spirit. We are born of the spirit, and so in his likeness, we are to move. And he's revealing to me that he's a lot more natural than we give him credit for. He spoke everything into existence. He tells us we are the light of the world. Energy creates light. Electricity creates light. Have you ever experienced his presence like a fire? And when we think of fire, we think of a flame, right? Like this type of fire. No. God is revealing to me that he's way more than that. Fire is the result of what he really is. It's more like when lightning strikes a tree, right? And what is lightning? A surge of electricity. Let's put all the dots together, okay? God is almighty, all powerful. It's like the biggest bolt of lightning you could possibly imagine. And out of this source of power, out of this radiant, blinding light, he spoke everything into existence. And so his words now carry all of this electricity and power, and these words created everything that we see around us. When we walk on the ground, we're walking on the very word that was spoken to create it. And so everything around us has a residue of his electric energy and his light. But we are his children, created of his spiritual DNA inside this body. And so the fullness of him, of who he is and what he is embedded inside each and every single molecular, microscopic little cell inside of our bodies, just flowing around inside of us. So when he says in the Bible that he's in us and we are in him, he is literally in us. Like, not just spiritually. He's naturally, physically in us. Are you getting this? Like, am I the only one geeking out about this? Am I late to the party? Is this like common knowledge to everybody? Is this like obvious to everyone? It's one thing to say, oh yes, God is everywhere, and he's always with us, because that's what the Bible says, right? It's a whole other game when he reveals himself on a microscopic level, and says, the fullness of what I am lives in every cell of your being and existence. And then the part in the Bible where Jesus says, you will do greater things than me, that becomes a lot more reasonable. Now that becomes more like, okay, I can see how now. Because God is in every cell of my existence. The fullness of God. All of his love, all of his power, all that he is lives inside of us. If that doesn't blow your mind, that blows my mind. I don't know what to do with that other than give him glory. I'm processing. This message has to be for somebody, because he will not let me go with this message. I pray that this reaches a person that's been asking for the tangible presence of God, to comprehend the tangible reality of God. And I pray this message reaches that person, and I pray that right here, right now, you experience an encounter with God just by recognizing how real he really is within us and all around us. Because, man, that's powerful stuff. I give God all the glory and all the praise. I thank God that he's electric. I thank God that for whatever reason, he found us worthy to fill us with his presence, with his existence, to fill every cell in our bodies with the fullness of who he is, to demonstrate his power, his reality, his love, his unconditional, indescribable love, that he's willing to do anything and everything just to reach his children. And I pray that this message some way, somehow takes you into deeper realms of his glory. God bless you.